everybody.
Hello.
My name is Darren.
I'm Graham.
And I have seen a film at the cinema that you have not seen. Sorry. And it is called Cafe Society.
Oh, Cafe Society.
Yes.
Yes.
It
With
is.
Lex Luthor.
Well, I think that Lex Luthor was played by the evil version of Jesse Eisenberg from The Double. Trying to destroy the actual good one's career.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this is featuring the good Jesse Eisenberg from The Double.
Is he actually good in this?
Yeah, he's so good.
Really?
I've seen 3 Jesse Eisenberg movies this year. This being the third, the other 2 being Superman and Now You See Me 2. And I was starting to think, what the fuck is going on with
What
him?
did we ever see him?
I saw him in this, and it was like, oh yeah, you're fucking amazing. You're really good. There's the guy that played the Social Network and Adventureland and Zombieland and stuff like that.
Double, yeah.
And Squid in the Whale on The Double. So yeah, so Cafe Society.
Back to form.
Yes, for many people involved. So this is a film by Woody Allen,
Mm-hmm.
controversial figure because he makes.
You know what? He's still getting like we're obviously members of a few film groups on like social media and stuff like that, and it comes up more often than you'd expect. Like, how am I meant to feel about because he's just released a film. He's going to be in the
Because some of his movies over the last 10 years have been a bit duff.
No, because of what you were about to talk about.
Oh, the child fucking.
Yeah. I know it slipped your mind, but
yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is that nobody knows what happened involving Woody Allen and Mia Farrow's kid, and nobody's gonna know beyond those two. And so there's no point making an opinion on it. You've just kind of got to live in this sort of Schrodinger's box of Woody Allen's nonciness, in which if I bump into Woody Allen, I have to treat an innocent man like an innocent man, and if I bump into Mia Farrow's kid, I have to treat a potential victim in an appropriate way. I'm not going to call them a liar when they could be telling the truth, and I'm not going to call him a paedophile when he might not be.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them, innit?
Yeah.
So he's innocent as far as I know, so I will enjoy
There's
his
no
film.
point in drawing up a conclusion or something when the
Well,
people
exactly.
who have actually made formal investigations can't do it.
If the police at best couldn't find any evidence, and worse couldn't find any evidence at best, couldn't prove it, then how the fuck am I meant to have an opinion? It's just a horrible thing that happened. I don't know the circumstances, but
It's
I
a horrible
definitely.
allegation.
Well, it's a
it's
horrible allegation, and it's a horrible thing to have happened if it happened.
Yeah.
I don't know either way. But the fact is that Woody Allen is a fucking genius, and I love everything that I've ever seen that he's done, because I haven't seen the bad ones yet. And Cafe Society, I went into it because people saying like it's getting kind of 3 to 4 star reviews, and most people going it's better than the average Woody Allen movie. So we're in the higher end of the average ones.
Right.
And so I kind of went in forgetting how much I fucking love Woody Allen. And it was so good. Like, it was one of the best films I've seen this year. It was phenomenal. It was one of those where, like, a minute and I was like, okay, I love this movie. And it didn't let me down at all afterwards.
Right.
It was so good. So, to tell the story, Steve
Played
Carell...
for 4 days in our cinema.
No, it's been on a few days. It's just the last 4 days it's been on.
Oh.
It's not been on long. But, so Steve Carell is like a Hollywood agent.
Oh, yeah, Steve Carell's in it.
Playing the role that was originally cast... to Bruce Willis was playing in.
Bruce Willis is in it?
No, he got fired for being a dickhead.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I just love the idea. Like, when you watch Woody Allen's movies, he's always like, he's obviously like, he looks like small and kind of weedy, but he's always panicking and like that kind of thing. I like the idea that he squared up to Bruce Willis, John McClane, and was like, fucking learn your lines or fuck off. And Bruce Willis fucked off.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that Bruce Willis and Steve Carell are interchangeable. But the guy
that was like an insult from.
No, I don't think it was an insult. I think that's just the point where Bruce Willis is now. Like, he in his mind, he's still one of the owners of Planet Hollywood. Whereas in reality, no, you're a schlubby old man.
God.
Steve Carell, you're actually really good getting. Which is a shame because when Bruce Willis gets a really good director recently, he's good. So, for example, the policeman in Wes Anderson's Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah.
And this would have been a similar kind of thing where, when Bruce Willis dies, they'll go, well, he did go off the fucking rails at the end, but here's a few examples of him doing something interesting still.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went off the rails and didn't do the interesting thing. So Steve Carell did it, and Steve Carell's phenomenal. Steve Carell is a Hollywood agent. His family are back in New York. Jesse Eisenberg is his nephew. They, moves out to try and get into the biz. Nepotism obviously helps. Which is even a joke in the film, where because Jesse Eisenberg keeps calling him Uncle Phil because his name's Phil. That's a reference to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he hires him and he goes, don't call me Uncle. And he's like, okay. And then Steve Carell's like, we don't want to emphasise the nepotism here.
Right. That's quite funny.
Yeah, so they acknowledge it. And basically, there's a woman played by Kristen Stewart who works for Steve Carell as well, and Jesse Eisenberg falls in love with her, but maybe she loves somebody else, and it's all about the kind of the sort of lives and the way things go, and then Steve Carell's sort of involved, and then Jesse Eisenberg's got like a gangster brother. It's honestly, it's everything that you would want from a Woody Allen movie. It even has Woody Allen's voiceover in it, and like Woody Allen's in his movies physically, or he'll just write a character that he should have played but he's too old to, so he'll cast somebody else. So in Bullets Over Broadway, for example, John Cusack plays Woody Allen. In this film, Jesse Eisenberg he is Woody Allen. He's not playing him. He is him. Like, he's got the mannerisms and everything down to an absolute T. But his character goes on quite an arc, so he'll like start off as that, but he becomes a lot more kind of cocksure and determined as the movie goes on, as he as he matures, and it's so good. I mean, it's not like piss your pants hilarious. I wasn't like crying with laughter, but it's a sort of general comfortable
Woody Allen films.
It's one of those where you'll watch it and you'll think like, that was really funny. That's how you'll react to it. You think that was really funny. I'm really enjoying this, and then you'll tell somebody about it and you'll be laughing as you're telling it. So I just love this movie. It was just so good. The general atmosphere of it, just like plunging your face into this world with the music that's set in the sort of golden age of Hollywood, and like the way everyone talks and the jokes, and it's just so good. I really loved it. It's really good.
Sounds like a very choreographed, like carefully timed and placed.
Well, that's the other thing, that like when you don't know anything about Woody Allen beyond the Nazi stuff, you assume that he's like more of a writer than a director, because that's what he's known for, is kind of comedy. And then you watch his films and you realise he's just as competent a director as anybody else. So you look at something like Zelig, which is a sort of faux documentary, which looks like one for a start, in which he like used the actual lenses and actual cameras that would have been used if it had been filmed in the period it was meant to be filmed in. And it's just like the attention to detail like that. And I think, was it Deconstructing Harry or one of them, where the camera's suddenly a bit more like shaky because that just suits that style. So he's just as competent as a director as he is a writer, but you forget that until you watch his movies and think, fucking hell, this is just amazing. So yeah,
you forget that it was all him. It's like everything you see is his kind of decision and
so
direction.
With Cafe Society, you think like, this just feels so much like a Woody Allen movie, but you forget that you're also buying into the fact it's set in the golden age. Like, you believe everything. Like, you just kind of you accidentally take in the world without even realising it. Like, it's so believable you don't even acknowledge you believed it. It's similar-ish to The Hail Caesar by the Coens this year, which is also one of my favourite films. All about hotshot actors with egos and all the rest of it.
Cool. Interesting.
It's not its best film, obviously, and that's the thing. Like, so three things happen when a new Woody Allen film comes out. People say it's a return to form, but they say that so fucking often. You think, well, what form are you referring to? Because the last one was a return to form. Blue Jasmine, that's a return to form. Well, wasn't Midnight in Paris a return to form? That was like 2 years earlier.
You don't return if you've never gone away.
Well, exactly. Or they'll say, oh, it's one of Woody Allen's shit ones because it's new. And you think, well, okay, he makes a film a year and he's done so for about 50 years or 4 years, whatever it is. One bad one is fine. We usually have to wait 2 or 3 years for a film from a director. If he's doing one great one and one average one and one shit one on a 3-year cycle, I'm happy with that. And the other thing they say is like this one, like it's an above average Woody Allen movie, which sounds like a criticism until you realise that a Woody Allen movie is fucking phenomenal. And to say it's an above average one sounds like faint praise, but actually it's still better than the average movie by some sort of obvious way. I really loved it.
Cool.
Thank you for making my opinion seem cool.
Validated.
So
he's done other films about making films, hasn't he?
Well, Bullets Over Broadway is like actors and stuff. It's in Hollywood. So it's in on stage.
And like actors and stuff like that.
I haven't seen it, but he did one called Celebrity that I think might be involving actors. Why?
It's just a lot. I feel like it's
you can find other films that he's made within this. It's not like all original stuff. There's a voiceover in it by him, like there is in Radio Days. There's gangstery stuff in the background in it, like there is in Crimes and Misdemeanors. It's got the kind of Hollywood ego-y thing, like in Bullets Over Broadway. So, but that, you could say that about Hail Caesar with the Coens. It's like, well, that's from Barton Fink, and that's from Big Lebowski, and that's from Miller's Crossing. So it's just, and like, even Hitchcock. Hitchcock even remade one of his own movies. Directors like the good ones, they just kind of cannibalize their own ideas over and over and over again, and that's just what he's done. And I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Good.
Thanks. It's not been very funny this video, but it's a good film. I want to encourage everyone to see it.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I think you did.
Yeah. Honestly, it's
not
so
as
good.
It's not as clinically enjoyable, if you understand, as
No.
Darren makes out. I think it's more, because in my mind, the way you've described it, as I say, it feels like very choreographed. Like
no, it's a gentle
it
comedy,
feels-
but it's a brilliant gentle comedy.
yeah, and every character is believable and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. Like,
and brilliant performances.
Right.
Like Kristen Stewart's really good. Steve Carell's really good.
I heard that she was meant to be very good in this.
She is very good. I've never seen her in a bad movie. I haven't seen Twilight, but I've seen Adventureland with her and Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
And
She was really good in it.
Yeah, I suppose the obvious thing when I was comparing it to previous Woody Allen movies before is that it's set in half in I think it's LA, like the Hollywood scene, and half in New York. And most of Woody Allen's classic movies are like a love letter to New York, Manhattan being the obvious example.
Right.
And there's a shot where it's at the bit that you always see with the Golden Gate Bridge. Is the Golden Gate Bridge? Or the Manhattan Bridge? I don't know. The fucking big old bridge it's not the Golden Gate Bridge, I don't think. It's the one that goes
San
straight.
Francisco.
Yeah, it's not that one. It's the one. Well, basically, it's the front cover to the DVD from Manhattan. And it's like, and it was just he shows it again, and you think like, oh fuck, like I've just gotten a wave of nostalgia.
Yeah,
like,
just from an image.
Yeah, still doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent. Well, what's he working on next?
Another 50s set. Well, a 50s set. This wasn't set in the 50s. A 50s set movie with Kate Winslet and Justin Timberlake.
Ah, that sounds good.
And there's an Amazon series on the way.
Ooh. Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Honestly, he never stops.
It's gonna be a quiet day when he dies.
Why you mention dying?
Sorry, it's just getting old, isn't he? He's like.
I know this has come very from a diplomatic
26
beginning
years old,
of maybe he's a paedophile, maybe he's not. Well, it's gone very gushy. It's gonna be a sad day when he dies.
Yeah, when that paedophile dies.
Oh my god.
He might be. Who knows?
He might be. You might be for all I know.
For all we know.
Bye.
You might be. Sorry, I'm
not.
also, yeah, you might.